Hey, this is J.R. Harris again, and thank you for the next video or educational video in the first column start here. So what we're going to talk about today is our foreclosure timeline in the state of Illinois. From the actual date that they file a lease pendants or foreclosure motion, it's typically about 210 days. So I'm going to rewind to the very beginning so you can see how the process starts from the very first payment. So when we start here, typically the bank will allow you to miss one payment 30 days, two payments 30 days. Typically, now I'm just saying this is typically, by the third payment, the bank realizes that you're not going to work with them and you're not looking to do any options with it. So they start the motion for foreclosure. So what they'll do is they'll hire a bank attorney and they'll pull title on your property to find out all the different liens and all the different people that own it. And then what they'll do is then they'll file a foreclosure complaint. Once they file the foreclosure complaint, then they'll put together a summons. And that summons, what they'll need to do is they'll need to make public notice of that. So typically, it's about 3 payments. And I want to say this with you. A lot of bigger banks, your Chases, your Bank of Americas, your Wells Fargos, I've seen them not even file for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. And so you know the clock does not start with the foreclosure process until the actual foreclosure complaint is actually filed and the judgment, foreclosure judgment is actually started. That's the notice of motion and the foreclosure judgment. So what you have then from that point is you have 210 days. So there's 2 things that happen. I want you to note this, that if you are living in the property, you have 7 months and what they call a redemption period for you to be able to make payments and catch up and be able to reinstate your mortgage. If for some reason you decide to move out of the property, that will be reduced to 6 months and the foreclosure process will move quicker. A lot of times if you decide to move out of the property and you let the bank know that, they might actually go in and have a preservation company come in, and I've seen it numerous times, come in, change the locks, winterize the property, and make sure that it's safe and secure so there can't be any vandalism or the utility or something can't be broken. That's very common in rougher areas and also in just regular areas around the Chicagoland area. So I want you to be aware of that. So I want you to realize that once that redemption period, or from the foreclosure date, which we call the lease pendant that start, you will get that summons. You have 7 months. If it's vacant, 6 months. And right when that redemption period is, you have literally 7 days after that redemption period is over, and they can put your property up for sale. So if you filed bankruptcy, if you've done something with a short sale, and the bank decides to lift or get over that redemption period, your home can go to auction within 7 days. So you know, even at that point, they cannot kick you out of your home. No, they're not looking to kick you out of the home, but the bank just wants their property back. Let me give you a little clue on the process that they have. What they want is the bank, typically when you go into a default with the bank, they need anywhere from 3 to 4 times your original loan amount in a reserve account. So if you had a $250,000 mortgage, they're going to have to put anywhere from $1 million to $1.5 million in a reserve account until that debt gets satisfied off their books. So they do have a lot of motivation to get that debt off their books. They want to move it along. I will tell you this, the loans that was originally initiated by Bank of America, which was Countrywide at one time, which now is Bank of America, which was once WAMU, which is now Chase, those have different criteria to it because they weren't Chase nor Bank of America was the original loan maker of that. So, they have different stipulations with that, and they have different rules from if you had a Countrywide loan, if you had a WAMU loan, you may have had a Providian loan. There's a lot of different smaller loan companies that came out of play. So just want you to remember that the quick timeline is 3 or 4 months. They give you a foreclosure motion. Once that lease pendants or notice of motion takes into place, the time clock starts. You have 210 days. Once that 210 days takes place, you can have a foreclosure sale date. Once the home goes to foreclosure to a sale date, then you have 30 days to approve the sale, and you have 30 days then to vacate the property, and the sheriff at that point will come to your home and potentially have you kicked out. So my biggest recommendation and tip for you is, if you understand this timeline, I try to give you a brief description of it. Read the description below here. But more importantly, if you have court dates throughout this process, go to court. Do not hide the mail. Do not avoid it. Go to court and tell the judge that you're doing everything in your power to figure out a way of what you're going to do next. So if you're going to do a loan mod, let them know you're doing a loan mod. If you're going to do a deed in lieu, let them know that. More importantly, the way that I want you to do is to do a short sale, because to me that's the best and easiest way and the cleanest way to get you out of this mess. Tell them that you're working with a broker, that you're working with somebody to help you through the short sale process. So if you actually go to the court date during those first 3 missed payments and they continually push that foreclosure complaint in the future, that's going to be very beneficial to you. Because here's one more last tip I want to let you know, is before they file the motion for foreclosure, or that you've gotten the complaint or the summons from the bank, you are not technically in foreclosure. You are in pre-foreclosure. So foreclosure happens when you actually have that motion for foreclosure or notice of motion, and that foreclosure judgment is actually put against you. And that's typically 3 or 4 months. So if you miss 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and you go to court and get a summons, go to that court date and tell them that you're looking for additional time. Because if they can push that final foreclosure judgment in the future, that'll save you a ton of time. And in essence, it's much better for your credit at that point. So things to note. Hopefully this was a great video for you. If you need more help, please, again, if you haven't got my free report, how to sell your home when you owe more than what it's worth, go up there, get that right now. If you have questions and you need help, please go to the number at the top of the website and get a free consultation with one of our foreclosure specialists, as well as one of our attorneys. It's absolutely free to you, but it can give you all the answers, all the information, and everything that you need to move forward with. Because let me tell you, I've been through this and I understand that there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of things that come up and a lot of questions. So let's make sure that you have the right answers and the right information to move forward. So again, thank you very much for watching this video. And if you need a one-on-one consultation, please, again, get that number up on the top of the website. And I'll see you very soon. See you on the other side. Thank you.